Alright, y'all, I'm over in Calhoun Falls looking for trains, and we got Russel Dam over here. I'm going to take some pictures of it for y'all. $600,000 kilowatts. So that's 600,000 times 1,000 watts. Alright. I made the first trail up here. They were building this back when I was in Nashville High School. And I would park down on the road down there and hike up the trail up here. And I show you, I had a stump. My girlfriend and I would come down here and sit on the stump and watch them build the place. It was real exciting when they built it. I mean, they had a couple of elevated railroad tracks out there that carried the cement hoppers out. I'll talk about that and point it out when I get down there. Got the visitor's information sign over here. We're on the Savannah River. It'll be Georgia on the other side. And we're on the South Carolina side. So we're right down here about where the one is. And this is Lake Russell, this is South Carolina, and this is all this Georgia down here. Got that glare of the sun. I don't know how much of this is going to be readable for y'all. Army Corps of Engineers. I hope that you can stop this and read it or whatever. It's got a lot of info on it. Alright, let's go look at the dam, y'all. I got my cousin Ray with me again. He just got finished printing the newspaper. Well, he doesn't print it, but they do the inserts and stuff before they send them out. Put the inserts in the paper. Alright, Richard B. Russell Dam. That's your powerhouse down there. Oh, they don't have to add some more stuff around. He keeps us from falling away. But right about where them posts are down on the ground is a tree stump. And they cut that down years ago. My girlfriend and I could come out here and sit here and watch all this. Watch them build it and stuff. And basically what they did is they had a dam. And you could probably see where the rock's sticking out over there on the other side where that little fishing pier is. That's where the dam come across at. And they had all this drained down to the dirt so they could run around with bulldozers and stuff to help scrape it down to the rock and all. And on the other side of that rock wall was a channel that allowed the river to flow through, you know, because they were building a dam. They didn't have a dam. I've seen them open those things up, but it had these trees just covered in ice. The water be thundering off of there. It comes down, jumps up, and you can see the stain on the side of the building, how high the water goes when they got it running. That's a little fishing pier down on that side, on the Georgia side. And look at our skies. They're nice and beautiful and clear. No chemtrails. Very few clouds over there. Alright, y'all. They're not running electricity now. If you would, you'd see the water moving real good. They do have water coming down and through over there. I could see water pipes leaking over there. And that's probably just get any drainage out, any leaks inside. Alright, thank y'all. We're at the start. That's Abbeville County, McCormick County, and Greenwood County. Abbeville, McCormick, and Greenwood. And this is Richard B. Russell Dam where we are. Abbeville in the old days when we had the trees cut down. Now that's Edgefield. Orangeburg. Dorchester. Charleston. Call it that. I'm having a hard time seeing this guy, so that's why. Alright, let me see if there's anything on this side. Yeah, that's some of the pictures I used to see when I was sitting down there watching the building. There's a high trestle, and that's the flue pipes for your generators. There's the old 72 bridge, it's now underwater. There's some more pictures of it. That one right there. See if I can get it where you can read it. The Russell Project. Dam structure and hydroelectricity. I'm hoping I can read all this. Millwood example of a flood site. I don't know. That's Millwood Plantation down there. 1879 photograph. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know all that.
Calhoun.
Where's that located, Ray?
I think that's
Was it upriver, downriver?
upriver.
So it was up above the dam and they took that
That's
out.
Greg Shows. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, that's Georgia over there. And this is what they call Strom Thurmond Lake now. It used to be Clark Hill Lake. But this is water backed up by a dam down around Augusta. And when it gets low on water, you can actually walk all the way over to Georgia from South Carolina right here because the water's not that deep. It's probably about 2 or 3 feet deep out there. All right, thank y'all. All right, you see that road up there? It's got plastic pipes. They can load dynamite in it. And when the lake gets so high that it might break the dam, they'll blow this road out. And the water coming in from the left, the lake coming from the left, will flow down there and go to a creek and come back out in Savannah River. Oh, Clark's Hill. So you can get and look over the sides out there and you'll find these plastic PVC pipes that they can load up with dynamite whenever they got to take the road out. It's already set up to blow it up. All right, thank y'all. All right, Old Vienna Road. Let's see where it goes to. We'll follow it. We're in Calhoun Falls. We're headed west now towards the river. I don't think we're going to get to Vienna though. I think this road might quit before it gets there. But this was the way to get down to Vienna, which was a tobacco shipping yard. The government had a warehouse down there and you put your tobacco in there and you had to pay your taxes. After they got rid of tobacco, that's when cotton started. And I'm talking about this was back in the 1700s, y'all. This wasn't the 1800s or whatever.
Alright, which one is this? Russel Creek Road.
I've looked on maps before trying to find Vienna, and I've never seen a road go down to it. So like I said, I don't think this road went to it. It might have went straight there. But we're making a left. We're going to see if this still... I ain't seen a sign out here yet, other than the first one we had. All right, I'm going to pause it until I see some more of the highway. All right, thank you. All right, y'all, we're on Newton Highway now. We just...
No, that's Newton over there. We're still on Old Vienna.
We're still on Old Vienna, but it looks like it circles back around that 72 up ahead.
81.
81, I mean. And Vienna's going to be down that way some more. I'll go down 72 and I'll show you exactly where to cut across in the woods to get to it.
81.
All right, thank you. Yeah, 81, sorry about that. All right, we're heading down Highway 81. I think the Vienna Highway would have turned into 81, and they just turned 81 into a highway using parts of Vienna Road. Calhoun Falls behind us, Mount Carmel's in front of us. Log truck ahead of us.
Train track to our right, or train bed to our right.
All right, we got train tracks to our right. These would come off to Augusta Knoxville, down to McCormick, and went up to Anderson. They will go to Calhoun Falls. They will interchange with the Seaboard Airlines in Calhoun Falls. All right, let me cut it off till we get to Mount Carmel, y'all. Okay, we're in Mount Carmel right now. That's 81 highway that comes from Calhoun Falls. And that road over there comes off on 72 up in Abbeville. Well, no, it doesn't. That goes on 28 if you go straight up it. If you follow it and you go past Calhoun Mill and go on around the corner, yeah, you come up on 72. All right, there's a little church here and this road I'm familiar looking at on the map. Vienna is straight through them woods on the river. And there's nothing there now, it's just where it was located at. Local traffic, 2 log trucks, and not get the logs. Alright, so I don't know how to get there. It looked kind of like a road to the right. I don't know if that was a road, but we've been following Vienna Highway, and I know it goes over there in the woods somehow. I don't know if it came down here and made a right turn or whether it run off in the woods over there and went straight down. I don't know. But that's where Vienna was, is straight over there. All right, thank y'all. Mount Carmel, y'all.
Still got it.
All right, I'm coming out. Mount Carmel was 16 miles from McCormick. Looks like a house over there they're trying to work on. Downtown's up here. We got flashing yellow light. I'm trying to find the old freight depot for the Augusta Knoxville Railroad. Racist light's been here for 40 years.
Alright, this is downtown.
Alright, we're in downtown Mount Carmel. Fixing to make a right. We head down to the
gin, old cotton gin.
Old cotton gin. And to the old railroad siding and stuff.
Mr. McAllister.
John McAllister. He sells furniture and stuff. Does this still go where we got to make a left?
Yeah. It's an old house down in there, but you can't see it. It's very interesting.
Old house?
Way down in there.
Oh, way down in there, and I can't see it.
Can't see it.
Man, I don't remember this road making a sharp left turn.
That's John McAllister's grandmama's house. She used to live there. She's dead now. One of his sons lived there now. They used to keep old cars and we come back up and look at the church, I think. Let's go down here to the gym.
Alright. This is an old cotton gin, my cousin tells me. Here?
This old railroad bed right here come up through.
Alright, this is where the old railroad roadbed used to come up through
Get
here.
out of the road, good.
I'm out of the road. Let me cut it off.
Pack it up and send it somewhere else.
Alright, this is where you would have brought your cotton and got the seed ginned out of it. This was a gin mill. And then they would pack it up, probably send it off to a mill someplace to make to make fabric with. We think the railroad tracks came up through here, but we're not sure.
Yeah, but I ain't sure what side.
Yeah, we haven't figured out which side they come up through. But they're coming out of McCormick and Augusta that way. And they're going to Anderson, South Carolina that way. What was this over here, Ray?
That's the weigh station. That's where the weigh the cotton.
Alright, that's where they weighed it at over there. That was the weigh station. And I ain't figured out how these railroad tracks come up through here.
That ain't the bed over there. It comes up behind that house over there and comes right over there. I think it's right yonder. Right in there. Walk over there, I think I've seen it right yonder, coming up through here. So I ain't sure if it went behind it. I think it went in front of it, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it might have been a main line coming in, then have switch tracks over here. I hear you. That looked like just a long storage shed. I assume the cars and stuff were to pull down beside it. It's nice and flat. Got elevated door there like a railroad car would have come up here. But we wouldn't come past this because this is where the water is. But you got such a big drop off down there. I don't know how they made that hill. Let me look back over here. So these would have been all your doors to load from the cars and stuff. I don't think there's anything in there. Let me go look. Got a shopping cart, a bunch of screens, and some wood on the floor. Just a big empty room. I don't know, man. But I would say, yeah, they probably had tracks running down the side of this building. And they probably had a deck out here. I don't know, that looks kind of elevated, like the train track could have come over here. Cause see, I got drop off down there, so I assume the train track came up and came down through here. And the main line might went out, and this will be just a little side note for the warehouse right here. All right, thank y'all. All right, this is the right-of-way of the old Augusta Knoxville. We're in between Mount Carmel and McCormick. The other side looks like that. It goes to Willington this direction. This is headed south from Mount Carmel. All right, thank you. Now off over there, and I just filmed the railroad track that way.
Used to be
Off over there by the woods. All right, you tell them.
plantation house.
All right, and that was who?
His name was Clink Scales, all I know. And they said he was a millionaire. And they said when he died, they couldn't find his money. And they tore his house down, and still ain't never found his money. But it used to be a beautiful plantation house sitting right over there in the woods and barns. It's gone now. The railroad track used to run right in front of his house.
Yeah, right down that way. So he was one of the famous people around here. They got Clink Scales bottoms. I don't know.
McAllister's and Hester's.
Yeah.
McAllister's and Hester's.
McAllister's, Hester's, and Clink Scales.
Yeah.
They're the ones that kind of own this area and stuff. All right, thank y'all.
Like a Clink Scale house looked like.
He said this is what the old Clink Scale house looks like. He calls this a plantation house.
Willington.
And the railroad's done made a big circle and it comes out. It's running down behind this house in the woods over there. All right, thank y'all. No, All right, the train tracks came out of the woods there. And they rolled down in this big green field out in front of us. And this is Wilmington, South Carolina. It kind of disappeared when the railroad tracks disappeared. All right, thank you. All right, this is the track heading toward McCormick. And this is the track coming out of Mount Carmel. This was the Anderson branch of the Augusta Knoxville, y'all. And we're trying to do a little history on it. All right, y'all. Augusta Knoxville Bridge. This is over Mill Creek. And you see the embankments down there on either side of the bridge on this side. Back in the 70s, they built tracks down to the water down here and put they were carrying the nuclear reactor up to Oconee, and they took the railroad car and run it down the bank, put it on the little barge, carried it to the other side, and went up the bank over there and went on up to past Anderson. Well, they did something about this bridge. All right, thank you. All right, this is trail access. This is the old railroad right away. It used to come across.
Now we on it.
And now we on it. We're following the old railroad right away. I'm gonna go show you where another bridge used to be located. This one's on Long Cane, isn't it?
Yeah, Long Cane.
Alright.
Used to be called the Silver Trussel Bridge over Long Cane. They tore the Silver Trussel down and built the highway. This is the right way to show you.
Huguenot, we're in the Huguenot area. This was the French area, French quarter for Abbeville County at the time. About Swan Road. Some French names, I guess.
That's a Huguenot Well and
Jack Circle.
worship center up in that city.
So there's a Huguenot Well and a worship center up in the woods over here. I don't know where it is.
I ain't exactly sure, but it's up in
Leroy. Devereaux.
Alright, coming up on the bridge and the ferry piers will be down here on the left.
What's on the left?
The piers,
Oh,
you
okay.
can still see them from the bridge.
Alright, it says when we come up to the lake up here, the river, we're going to be able to look to the left and see the old railroad bridge.
No, this is the road bridge. That's the piers that they floated the barge across for the nuclear
Oh,
plant.
yeah, that's right. The railroad bridge is under the highway.
The bridge is right here. The piers are over there where you pass it.
I have to turn around, I
But you
guess.
can see these on the other side. Get on.
They said there's piers up here on the ends of the bridges where they did the same thing I was talking about. Float that barge across the river. I guess that's what all the trees and stuff are covering up.
Right, you can see right. If you look close, there's a cement pier right yonder. See it? You're going too fast.
Alright.
It's right there. See it sticking out of the water.
Right.
See it?
Yeah, okay, down there in the water. There's a concrete pier sticking up. They use that to hold the barges when they loaded the railroad cars on the barges, float them across. Alright, thank y'all. Alright, we're in McCormick. This is the Augusta sub, goes between Augusta and Greenwood. The closest track to us is the passing track, and the higher track is the main line. And right here you can see these trails and see that field there. That used to be the switch used to be out here, and that was the track that went to Anderson. That was Anderson branch. And it cut across the road down here. And you can see the shadow over there where it was across the street. And it's heading basically towards my van. Maybe like at the front of my van. Not the middle of it. But that was the track going to Anderson from McCormick. Augusta Knoxville Railroad. Built in the early 1800s by people from Greenwood, saved the money and built this railroad to start being able to ship their cotton and stuff down through the Savannah River, I guess, to Savannah. I'm just about coming up with the center of it. That's your field where the tracks used to be, and they would have crossed the road right here. And I remember when I was a kid, the tracks were here. They still run this railroad, delivering cars to Anderson. You can kind of see down through there where the ground's been heaped up to carry the tracks. and basically headed straight for the, maybe a little bit to the left of that plant down there with the sign over it, and then hooked to right and went in the woods right there in front of my van. Not down the dirt road to the left, but all right, I'll take pictures when I get closer.